step toward helping you create competition-crushing marketing. In this presentation, we're going to teach you the secrets to persuasive marketing and how you can use it to influence your prospects to buy what you sell. The business owner who understands how to create messages, ads, and marketing collateral that follows a persuasion format can literally gain the ability to dominate their market. Assume for a moment that you're a brand new real estate agent. Your broker has just purchased a revolutionary new social media marketing campaign that allows you as an agent to guarantee to your sellers that you can sell their home within 29 days. And you can guarantee that in writing. If you fail to sell their home within that time frame, they don't pay any commission when their home is sold. Unfortunately, as a new agent, you have no money, no leads, and no sales. You need to generate some prospects quickly and get revenue coming in the door. The really bad thing is you have no money to market your services to either buyers or sellers. So as a new agent, what can you do? Well, what about attending targeted networking events? What if you could attend specific events where prospective real estate buyers and sellers would be attending? Most networking events cost little to nothing to attend, and yet with a persuasive message could prove to be highly productive. However, at a networking event, you only have a few seconds to grab the attention of each prospect and get them engaged in what you do. Simply telling real estate buyers that you can help them find the perfect home or telling sellers that you can help them find a dream deal generally won't produce the desired results. These types of messages simply aren't persuasive enough. Previously, we taught you our proven and tested process for creating a highly compelling elevator pitch. What if we used that process here? What if our real estate agent followed that format and created a compelling elevator pitch for both buyers and sellers? So think about a networking event. The first thing someone says to you when you first meet is, "Hi, what do you do?" This is the exact moment you need a 10-second elevator pitch that uses persuasion marketing techniques so you instantly grab the attention of the person you're speaking with and compel them to want to know more about what you do. When our real estate agent hears those words from a prospective buyer, such as a real estate investor, what if they responded by saying this? "I help savvy real estate investors take full advantage of the current drop in real estate values by showing them how to acquire multi-million-dollar homes for no money down and add millions to their net worth overnight." Now, come on. If you were a real estate investor looking to buy real estate, do you think that little 10-second blurb would have you jumping out of your skin to want to know more? If our agent was speaking to a prospective seller, when asked, "What do you do?" what if they said, "I help frustrated homeowners who are struggling to sell their homes in these financial troubling times to sell their home in 29 days or less and for top dollar guaranteed." Both of these messages follow what we call a persuasion marketing formula, and this presentation will reveal the hidden secrets behind that formula so you can apply it to your business from now on. Persuasion marketing is simply organizing the buying and selling processes so you can present compelling information about your product or service that will persuade your prospects to take a specific action. All marketing should inform and persuade your prospects. With persuasion marketing, you strive to be successful in addressing the wants and needs of all prospects in such a way that you continue to move them through their various stages of decision making. The problem is that today, these so-called marketing experts are teaching business owners all sorts of tips, tricks, tools, and gimmicks designed to help them convert a prospect into a client. But here's the problem. Most of them no longer work. Prospects have wised up to the trickery. They have become jaded, skeptical, and distrustful. In an age where fiber optics now dominates the world of communication, absolutely no one believes that you only have 100 phone lines available for your teleseminar. When information products are downloaded from a landing page and contain a multitude of electronic products, then how can you have only 25 copies left? Prospects have learned how to play the game the hard way. They've all been duped by these gimmicks and tricks in the past, and they've elected to no longer play. That's not to say that exclusivity and scarcity no longer work. They just no longer work using the same tired tactics that have been employed for years. Smart business owners must start thinking outside box. This presentation is going to teach you how to market the correct way by giving you a process that proves to your prospects that your business and your business alone provides the ultimate value for the price your prospects pay. For example, several large surveys show that most people believe a logical decision coupled with good data and the right logical supporting facts are the best way to persuade a prospect to buy what you sell. Often, they break the persuasion process down to three main steps. Present your proposition clearly and with conviction. Present your supporting data with the right facts, logic, and information. Structure your deals and move on to the close. But according to Dr. Jay Conger, director of the Leadership Institute at the University of Southern California Business School, following this process is one surefire way to fail at persuasion. Why? Neuroscientists have recently discovered that the brain waves we emit when we engage in logical thinking are virtually identical to those we emit when we're forced to plunge our hands and arms into ice water. It's painful. Furthermore, these researchers have determined that our brains require 300% more effort measured in calories burned for heavy thinking compared with mental cruising. No wonder people hate a logical, reasoned approach. Luckily for us, our brains are hardwired with mechanisms that help us make good decisions without painstaking analysis and reasoning. These mechanisms are known as triggers, but you can also think of them as hot buttons. Essentially, they're the decision-making shortcuts we easily and naturally employ all day long. They are our automatic self-guidance systems. We often don't even realize we're using them. Put simply, hot buttons are our navigational aids. They help us make easy, non-analytical, yet correct decisions. There are 7 major persuasion elements we all depend on to help us easily make quick, automatic, and right decisions. One example is the consistency trigger. Here's how it works. We all have a kind of database in our brains that records past thoughts and actions. This database provides a sort of roadmap for future decisions. When faced with a new decision, our brain does an instantaneous search for similar past decisions, and we're oriented to act in a way that's consistent with our past actions. In short, we do what we've done before. A citizen who's voted for the conservative slate in the past will usually do so again, without bothering to seriously analyze the rhetoric of all the candidates running. Spenders make decisions to keep spending. Savers tend to decide again and again to save. Cautious people take careful actions. Risk-tolerant people do not. That's not to say that logic has no place in decision-making, but logic tends to come later, after the decision-maker has responded to his or her internal triggers. For example, when people are in the market for a house, they're often attracted to one that feels right. Maybe it reminds them of a place where they used to live. Later, when they're discussing the house with others, they'll talk about more logical aspects, the great neighborhood, easy access to the highway, and good school systems, and so on. Now, what does this mean for you, the business owner who's in the role of a persuader? Knowledgeable persuaders don't force persuasion partners into icy water. Skilled business owners don't demand 300% more energy for decisions by their prospects. They help their prospects make good decisions by learning what they want, doing the heavy thinking for them, and then determining how to position the decision to create an emotional reaction. Skilled persuaders evaluate which of the 7 triggers will apply to another person. Then they carefully frame and deliver a persuasion based on those triggers. They use facts and figures only when needed to support a hot button based decision. An example. A sales rep recently spoke with a client who boasted that his company was successful because he was able to make and implement decisions quickly. Being well versed in persuasion techniques, this astute sales rep wrapped up her presentation to this CEO by saying, "Charlie, you mentioned that you like to make quick decisions. Will that be the case here?" Essentially, the rep set up a prime situation for the consistency trigger to operate. The CEO had to be consistent with his prior statement, and the consistency trigger resulted in a handshake and a $50,000 profit to the sales rep. What's great is that this formula is fundamental. Hit the right hot buttons to engage the prospect's navigation system for making correct decisions. Use facts, figures, and logic only when needed to reinforce their hot button-based decision, and enjoy the end result as you have now emotionally engaged the prospect with a compelling and persuasive reason to buy what you sell. Once you master persuasion marketing, you will have the unprecedented ability to attract more clients, attract them with greater frequency at a lower cost, and with total and complete confidence and certainty. So why is persuasion marketing so important today? Well, for any business owner to become successful today, they must provide their prospects with an experience focused on 7 very specific, basic fundamentals. Fail to do this, and you will never build the business of your dreams. Let's quickly discuss these fundamentals. It's critical that you commit these to memory and remember them for the rest of your life as a business owner. They're based on fundamental human nature and will be as applicable 500 years from now as they were 500 years ago. Fundamental number 1, everyone wants the best deal. Your prospects, no matter who they are or what it is they're buying, always want the best deal. That doesn't mean the lowest price. It means the most value for the price they pay. They will gladly pay twice the price as long as they perceive they're receiving 4 times the value when they compare it to price. The key words here, of course, are perceived value. So what exactly do prospects value? They value finding the solution to their biggest problem, frustration, fear, or concern. And that brings us to fundamental number 2, always market to the negative. Never forget that the vast majority of human beings will do anything to avoid pain, but very little to gain pleasure. One of the biggest mistakes I see business owners make every day is they try to market to the positive and avoid the negative like the plague. That's the worst thing they can possibly do. Chiropractors keep trying to market wellness to their prospects. Prospects don't care about wellness. They care about feeling pain. They care about the fact that they can't stand up without excruciating pain shooting down their spine. That's what they will respond to when it comes to marketing. Prospects don't want to lose weight in order to feel better and regain their health. They want to lose weight because their doctor told them if they don't, they won't live another 5 years, or the way they're treated, or the fact that their self-esteem has been damaged. Show them the solution to these so-called hot-button issues, and they will buy from you forever. Fundamental number 3, prospects buy based on emotion. This is a big one. Human beings make decisions based mostly on emotion. They only use logic to justify their purchase. This ties in directly with marketing to the negative. Prospects either want out of pain or they want to avoid pain, and that resonates with them emotionally. If you were a child psychologist who specialized in helping parents with emotionally disturbed and out-of-control kids, which of the following headlines in an ad would immediately grab your attention? The one that says, "I can help you rediscover the joy and happiness your family deserves," or would you like a 5-minute solution that will end the yelling, screaming, and belligerent attitude of your child forever? That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Market to the negative and make it as emotionally compelling as possible. Hit your prospects squarely in their hot buttons, and you automatically make an emotional connection. Fundamental number 4, make your business unique. One of the biggest problems business owners face when trying to make that emotional connection is that different prospects have different hot buttons. That's why it's critical that you separate your business from your competition. You must find a way to stand out from the crowd. The best way to do this is to create a niche market for your business. That means your business has to stop trying to be everything to everyone. If you were a left-handed, blonde-haired, blue-eyed golfer with a horrendous slice, and you decided to seek professional help to improve your golf game, who would you call? The professional with the ad in the paper that says, "I help golfers improve their golf game," or the pro with the ad that says, "I help left-handed, blonde-haired, blue-eyed golfers with horrendous slices get rid of their slice permanently within 3 days, or you don't pay"? That's what I call a niche market. And you will attract every prospect within that niche because you offer what they want, not what they need. When you try to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to no one. When you select a niche market, a niche based on your passion for what you do, you instantly become unique, since your competition is trying to be all things to all people. Prospects are looking for the expert. They demand the best. Positioning your business into its own niche market positions you as that expert. It's a concept known as preeminence, and it begins to create value for what you do. And speaking of value, fundamental number 5, create extraordinary value. Have you ever shopped for something and found yourself looking for the lowest price? Ever wonder why? As we stated earlier, all human beings, no matter who we are or what we do, we all want the best deal. But what is the best deal? Is it really the lowest price? There's that old saying that we get what we pay for. Would I shock you if I told you that your prospects could care less about price? They shop price because they're forced to. Let me explain. What prospects really want is the best value for the price they pay. They're more than willing to pay double the price if they perceive that you're giving them 4 times the value. Now, they know they're getting the best deal. So then, why does price seem to matter so often? It's because so few businesses are actually unique. They all look the same, and they all say the exact same things. They say things like, we're the best, we have the lowest prices, the highest quality, the best selection, the most convenient hours and locations, and we've been in business since 1431 BC. We call these platitudes, and they mean absolutely nothing to your prospects. That's because everything just mentioned was about the business, and your prospects don't care one bit about your business. All prospects care about is themselves. They want to know how they will benefit from what you sell. How will their life improve if they purchase your product or service? If what you sell solves a problem in their life, or if it removes a major frustration, fear, or concern, then they see your product or service as valuable. Again, we call these problems, frustrations, fears, and concerns hot buttons. So after you select your niche market, you must find out what the hot buttons for that niche market are, and then ask yourself openly and honestly if your business offers a solution for those hot buttons. If you don't, you need to innovate and create a solution. If you do offer a solution, is it unique? Meaning, is it really different from your competition? And does it offer extraordinary value? Or is it the exact same solution your competition offers? If it is, then you and your competition are doomed to forever compete on price. You must innovate your business to create a unique, extraordinary solution that separates your business from all competitors. You see, there's no logic involved in selling. All you have to do is find out what your prospects really want and then give it to them. Prospects love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. When you know and understand exactly what they want, and then you innovate your business to give them what they want, you make your business the obvious choice for them to buy from. They want to buy what you sell and don't need to be sold anything. Your job as the business owner is to make sure your business offers them exactly what they want. And that means positioning yourself in a niche market and then innovating your business to give that niche exactly what they're looking for. That creates extraordinary value. Fundamental number 6, be able to communicate your uniqueness and extraordinary value. You must create a highly targeted, laser-focused message aimed specifically at the prospects in your niche market, so you can tell them you have exactly what they want. We refer to this message as your elevator pitch. It's basically a 10 to 30 second mini commercial for your business. We often refer to this as your $1 million message. That's what you can make when you get this right. We have had clients in the past that went from 5-figure annual incomes to 6-figure monthly incomes within 60 days of developing their highly compelling elevator pitch. But again, that pitch has to highlight the way you overcome their hot buttons in a unique way that offers extraordinary value. When you say your elevator pitch to a prospect and they respond by saying, "How do you do that?" then you know you have a terrific elevator pitch. Fundamental number 7, prospects buy what they want, not what they need. This is another big one to never forget. This one ties back to the fact that prospects buy based on emotion, and they only use logic to justify their purchase. When you need something, you're drawing a logical conclusion. The problem is this: prospects may or may not buy what they need, but they always buy what they want. Where needs are based on logic, wants are based on emotion. Here's an example. You look at your 3-year-old car and notice the tires are almost worn slick. So logically, you say to yourself, oh no, I need new tires. Oh heck, they'll last a few more months. Even though you need new tires, you don't want them. Why? They're not cheap to replace. It's inconvenient for you to take the time to hunt for the best deal on tires. Then you have to make an appointment to have them changed, and then there's the inconvenience of having to have it done while you wait 2 hours for the work to be completed. In short, it's a hassle. Now consider this scenario. You just purchased a brand new car, and as you're leaving the dealership, you see the same car you just bought with a new style of tire on it, and that really complements the car. In fact, it doubles the beauty of the car. You want those tires. Even though they're twice as expensive as the ones you have already purchased, and the hassle factor is the same as the first scenario, you just want those tires, and so you will have them. The first situation involved logic. The second situation involved emotion. So never forget that prospects buy what they want, not what they need. It all goes back to emotion. If you can create marketing messages that hit these major fundamentals, you will obviously and absolutely dominate your competition. So, as a quick review, the 7 fundamental human behaviors to focus on that will help you create persuasive marketing are: fundamental number 1, everyone wants the best deal. Fundamental number 2, always market to the negative. Fundamental number 3, prospects buy based on emotion. Fundamental number 4, make your business unique. Fundamental number 5, create extraordinary value. Fundamental number 6, be able to communicate your uniqueness and extraordinary value. Fundamental number 7, prospects buy what they want, not what they need. So, how do you use these fundamentals to create persuasive marketing? To make this really simple, remember this one important fact. Marketing is a science. And like everything in science, there's a very simple equation that when followed will always produce the right result. The equation is known as the marketing equation. The marketing equation can be broken down into 4 basic components: interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. It's based on one of the oldest and most durable models known because it helps business owners appeal to the consumer's emotional and social wants and needs. Let me explain why this equation is so important for business owners to fully understand. For your marketing message to be effective, you must sharpen the focus of your message to ensure that you actually reach your prospect's mind, and that you do so with enough impact that he or she will pick up the phone, walk into the store, or go to the website and get involved with your business. But here's the problem. Your prospects are swimming, drowning, suffocating in marketing messages. We all are. Today, we live in a media-saturated world where we're endlessly exposed to a constant barrage of advertising messages from the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed. From television and radio, our morning newspaper and favorite magazines, our email inboxes, and the websites we visit. On billboards, subway signage, and park benches, messages claw at our eyes and ears for attention around the clock. Now we even find ads on fruit in the supermarket, corporate signage on secluded nature trails, and marketing pamphlets promoting products in dental and medical offices. And that flood of marketing messages is only going to continue to grow. Because they're inundated with marketing messages, your prospects will filter most of these messages right out of their conscious thought, unless one happens to hit them squarely on their hot button. You have to put time and effort into investigating exactly who your prospects are, what their most pressing want is, and how your business fulfills that want. That's why you always begin with a target customer profile, and then understand their thought process. Once you know who is buying what you sell and how they make a decision to buy, your marketing message must hit a resounding bullseye on your target customer's hot button by using a highly targeted and strategically placed message that will compel him or her to buy or at least to take the next step. For any type of marketing to work, it must do 3 things. It must grab the reader's attention. It must facilitate the prospect's information gathering and decision-making process. And it must provide a specific, low-risk, easy-to-take action that helps them make a good decision. Why are these 3 steps so important? Let's go through them. First, all marketing must grab the prospect's attention. If it doesn't, it's worthless. They'll never read, watch, or listen to the rest of your ad. That means you must have a great headline. If the ad is in print, if it's on the radio, the headline is the first thing they hear. If it's on TV, the headline is the first thing they see and hear. Second, we just discussed that every prospect, no matter who they are or what they buy, is always looking for the best deal. That doesn't mean lowest price. It means the most value for the price they pay. In order to know if something is the best deal, they must have decision-making information. Your marketing must help the prospect gather information that aids them in their decision-making process. That's why you must develop a client profile and map out your prospect's thought process. Without these fundamentals in place, you won't know the right information to provide them with. And third, your marketing must contain a low or better yet no risk offer to further facilitate the prospect's decision-making process. You have to give them a compelling yet safe way to take the next step. Note that this next step may not necessarily be to plunk down their credit card then and there and buy your product or service. It may be to pick up the phone to make an appointment so they can learn more, to order a free trial, or to visit a retail location. Whatever it is, what you want is a concrete action step that gets your prospect actively involved with your business. These 3 principles must always be present if your marketing is going to be effective. Now, to help ensure that you always include these 3 principles, all you need to do is follow the marketing equation for every marketing piece you develop. Remember, the marketing equation goes like this: interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. Let me explain these 4 more in depth. You first have to interrupt your prospects. In other words, you have to gain their attention. This is done with an attention-grabbing headline. The headline is by far the single most important part of any ad. If your prospects don't read the headline, then they won't read the rest of the ad no matter how well it's written. If your headline doesn't do its job, the rest of the project is nothing but a waste of time, effort, and money. In a print piece, the headline is placed at the very top of the ad. Most businesses place the name of their company here, and again, that is the worst thing you can ever do. Your prospects don't care one iota what you have named your business, and they don't care what you look like either. So stop putting your picture at the top as well. Prospects only care about one thing, themselves. WIIFM may be the 5 most important letters for any business owner to remember when creating persuasive marketing. Those letters stand for what's in it for me. The headline must resonate with the hot button issues faced by that specific prospect in that specific niche market. If the battery dies in your car and you go to a website looking for a replacement, do you want to see ads for tires, spark plugs, and brake pads? Of course not. So then why do chiropractors offer wellness classes on their website when I'm coming looking for back pain relief? Why do child psychologists offer a free report to learn the secrets to nurturing well-behaved children when I'm desperately looking for ways to control my yelling, screaming, obnoxious child? Let me give you a real-life example. A child psychologist who specialized in helping parents with out-of-control kids had a headline on his website that said, "Parenting Advice and Resources from Dr. John Smith." If you were a parent with a screaming kid, would that headline hit your emotional hot buttons? In fact, do you even know this Dr. John Smith? If not, do you really care what his name is? Now, instead of using the headline that says, "Parenting Advice and Resources from Dr. John Smith," how would you feel about this headline? Are you sick and tired of the yelling, screaming, and belligerent attitude of your child? Would that hit you in your emotional hot buttons? The proof, of course, is in the results. The last headline will outpull the first one by more than 10 to 1. Which one do you want to use if you're this doctor and you're dependent on this website to feed your family? So again, please stop putting the name of your business at the top of your ads and your website, as well as your picture. Your prospects simply don't care, and you're wasting the most valuable part of the ad with non-compelling fluff. Make the headline hot button oriented, and if the ad is in print, then be sure the headline is the largest type so the eyes go to it first. If you use a radio ad, the headline is the first thing the listeners hears, so hit those listeners in their emotional hot buttons. Think about the ads for credit card relief you hear every day on the radio. Every ad starts out by saying, "Are you sick and tired of the harassing phone calls from your credit card company, demanding payment and threatening you with legal action?" If that happens to fit your present situation, are you going to listen to that ad? You bet you will. So, as you can see, no matter what marketing medium you use, every marketing piece must start with a headline, and that headline must grab the prospect's attention in an emotionally compelling way, effectively and immediately. If it's written correctly, the right attention-grabbing headline also serves a second crucial function that many marketers and business owners don't think about. It immediately qualifies your target customer and disqualifies those prospects who aren't your target customer. A well-written headline will only grab the attention of those prospects who genuinely want your product or service, and they're the only ones you want to grab, right? When you create a target customer profile, you will know exactly what your target customer wants. When you map out your target customer's thought process, then you further refine and focus on those wants by specifically defining their hot buttons and creating the innovations your business must have to dominate your market. All of this gives you the raw material you need to draw on for your headlines. Now you've grabbed your prospect's attention. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. You only have it for 2 to 3 seconds. Remember that your client lives in a world of media overwhelm. Simply grabbing their attention is not going to get your message across, because the moment after you've grabbed it, it's gone, unless you're carefully following our cut through the clutter marketing equation. Once you've grabbed your prospect's attention, you must ensure that the very next thing they read engages that attention. And that's the subheadline's job. Think of the headline like you're tapping on a glass with your spoon at a dinner party to get everyone's attention so you can give a toast. The headline would be the first line you speak when you actually start giving the toast. Your subheadline needs to engage your prospect's attention by persuasively promising to provide them with vital decision-making information that will solve their major problem, frustration, fear, or concern. In other words, your subheadline builds on the impact of the headline and fleshes it out with enough specifics to make it sufficiently intriguing that your reader will want to read further. Your subheadline should be in the second largest font in your marketing piece. Plus, it should be placed directly below or immediately after your headline, so there's no ambiguity whatsoever. Your reader's eye now knows exactly where to go. The headline and subheadline work together to interrupt and engage your target customer by promising to provide them with vital decision-making information that will solve their major concern or frustration. Please note that the interrupt and engage components are two of the most important marketing fundamentals that, when mastered, can have a tremendous impact on your marketing results and immediately help you to attract more clients. You must properly structure your headline to hit your prospects' hot buttons and structure the subheadline to indicate the ad contains the solution to the problem the headline addresses. Writing headlines and subheadlines take practice, patience, and a great swipe file. A swipe file is a collection of previously used, tested, and proven headlines and subheadlines that can be used as examples to help you get started developing the ones that will work for your business. We have placed our own personal swipe file online for you to use. We call it the Headline Bank, and it contains more than 350 successful headlines. You only need to change a few of the words in each headline to fit your specific business, product, or service. So just remember that when you create any type of marketing message, you want to interrupt and engage your prospects with an attention-grabbing headline, followed by a subheadline that promises a solution to the problem referenced in the headline. Next, you want to educate your reader by providing them with significant information about how it is that your business delivers on the promise of the headline and subheadline. This is the task of the lengthiest piece of text in your entire marketing piece, which is the body copy. In your body copy, make sure you emphasize the benefits the prospect wants and not simply the features you have. The single biggest and most common mistake business owners make is to focus constantly on their business's features and not on its benefits. Features tell, benefits sell. Businesses that focus on features are doomed to forever compete on price. Businesses that focus on the benefits always compete on value. It is important to remember that every prospect is looking for the best deal. Therefore, it's imperative that your body copy informs your prospects about the extraordinary value you offer with crystal clarity. Most of the time, you will need to innovate your business in order to create and then offer extraordinary value. So focusing on your innovations is the key to marketing success. You must create value. That's what your prospects are looking for. And innovation is the way to create massive, extraordinary value. While the body copy is by far the longest portion of the ad, this is still a marketing piece, not an informational pamphlet, brochure, or catalog. Resist the temptation to throw in every bit of juicy information you can think of. And remember to focus on only one hot button at a time. You want to give them just enough information to entice them to want to know even more. Although you have now successfully grabbed and held your prospect's attention, remember that the rest of the media-saturated world is still there clamoring to be heard. You only have a minute or two to inform your prospect as to how your product or service will benefit them. Benefits sell, features tell. Always highlight the benefits of your innovations, and remember, one ad, one hot button only. Now, pull all of this information into the body copy of your ad so that you fully educate your prospects. And finally, you must always end your marketing message with a compelling offer, whether it's a postcard, a direct sales letter, or a print ad, a television or radio commercial, a live presentation, or web page. No matter what form or format you use, every piece needs to close with a compelling offer. If you don't, 99 prospects out of 100 will simply walk away. Your prospect will not take any action unless you ask them to do so and give them a very good reason why they should do so. Your offer has one purpose and one purpose only: to get your prospect to take a specific action. That's why the offer is often referred to as the call to action. Your compelling offer needs to be a low or better yet no risk way to lead your prospect to take the next step in your sales process. If you sell a low or moderately priced product or service, the next step might be to buy. If you sell a more expensive item, the next action step might be to request additional information. One excellent way to do this is to offer a free informational report. A report allows you to provide additional details about the benefits you provide that you don't have room for in your ad. If you own a business that requires your prospects to be educated about the benefits of doing business with you, your compelling offer should always revolve around a free informational report. This free report should be available upon request. Prospects should be able to call you and request a report to be physically mailed to them, or you could develop a landing page where prospects can instantly download the report. When the prospect calls or goes online to request a report, you should capture that contact information. If they don't buy your services immediately, you simply begin a drip campaign. This means you continue marketing to them by sending additional compelling marketing pieces that also follow the marketing equation. Each follow-up piece in your drip campaign should continue to educate your prospects on the innovations of your product or service and the benefits those innovations provide to them. You should never attempt to sell them your services. This is an instant turnoff for prospects. Instead, educate them. Once you do, they quickly come to the conclusion that they would be an absolute fool to do business with anyone else but you. Remember, you've innovated your business, and now you have what they want. The marketing equation of interrupt, engage, educate, and offer should be used in every marketing piece you create. It should be used when developing any type of marketing or advertising: print ads, radio, TV, brochures, flyers, and scripts. Scripts are especially important in the conversion process. Every person that has contact with your prospects should have a script that covers every aspect of the sale, including those who answer the phone, as well as your sales professionals when they meet with your prospects. When it comes to educating your prospects on your product or service, remember what we just discussed. It's important that you always remember that all prospects are looking for the best deal. Don't take for granted that your prospects know all about your product or service. They usually don't, especially if you have added innovations. It's important that you get prospects to focus on the things that make your business unique. But what if your business isn't unique and you simply can't afford to innovate at that present time? Then use a very powerful education marketing technique called preemptive advertising. Just as a preemptive strike is when you strike first in such a way as to prevent your opponent from striking back, preemptive advertising is when you advertise something in such a way as to make it difficult or impossible for your competitors to strike back. If you can't afford to innovate, look at the various things you do that even though everyone else in your industry may be doing the exact same thing, no one is drawing attention to it. If you're the first one to make a claim, you own that claim, even if it's a standard practice in your industry. If you're a dry cleaner, tell your prospects the painstaking process you use to remove their stains from their clothing. It doesn't matter if all of the dry cleaners use the same exact process. If you're a dentist, explain how you can repair cavities pain-free, even if all other dentists follow the same procedure. And here's a quick tip. When you're trying to generate leads, you must educate your prospects in the body copy of your marketing collateral. But this collateral should consist of ads, brochures, or direct mail pieces. All of these are specifically designed to get your prospects to raise their hand and let you know they're interested in buying what you sell. However, if you have already generated the lead and now you're trying to convert that lead to buy what you sell, you must educate them in the body copy of your marketing collateral, such as free reports, drip campaigns, as well as through your scripts. These are specifically designed to close the sale and convince the prospect to complete the transaction. This is persuasive marketing, and as you can see, a process, not an event. Your competition is treating it as an event. They send out a postcard or build a website and then sit back and wonder why their phone isn't ringing or no one is visiting their website. There's simply more to marketing these days than just getting your name out there. You now know the process and you have the marketing equation to guide you through it. If you act on this information, you should see a dramatic increase in the number of leads you begin to generate, the number of clients you begin to attract, and the amount of money you see accumulating on your bottom line. I can also promise you this, your competition isn't doing any of this. If you take action right now, you will position yourself and your business so far ahead of the curve, they won't know what has hit them. You will be positioning your business as the obvious choice for any prospect interested in what you sell to do business with you, and you alone. You will set your business up as the premier dominant force in your industry, and virtually no one will be able to compete with you again. You will simply offer so much additional value that even if you charge double the price as your competition, your value will supersede the price and make buying from you a total no-brainer. Next, we're going to go more in depth with the marketing equation and how to apply it to every form of advertising you create. We'll help you to better grasp the concept of interrupt, engage, educate, and offer, and show you the tremendous power it can create when you use it properly. We'll continue to explain the secrets to creating compelling and persuasive marketing copy, as well as how to use visuals and videos to reinforce your marketing message. Our overall focus is to help you continue to build the business you've always dreamed of having, a business that provides you with the financial freedom and an extraordinary life for you and your family. Remember that a primary goal in the e-learning marketing system is to help you quickly develop the processes that will bring more revenue into your business. Each presentation brings us closer to accomplishing that goal. So until next time, here's to your success.